welcome. We have been in this place of remodeling our kitchen since COVID started. Using our time to replace everything from the cabinets to counters to now today we are going to resurface the original counters that were in the house because we're not in a place where we can go and buy new ones just yet, and it's a weird angle and fit, so it's just easier to recover them. And you're going to say?
I was going to say resurface all of our cabinets because we didn't buy new ones. We resurfaced them.
Right. We'll go into more details about all that later on. We'll give you the whole lowdown of the whole kitchen. But today the project is to resurface just the countertops. And so here is the beginning shot. We come in from this little L shape here, come across the sink to another L shape here. Odd sizes, angles. It's not very big space. But to replace it requires custom because of the dimensions.
2 inches too long.
2 inches too long. So we can't just go buy stock.
Yeah.
We have to get it custom, and we're not about to pay for something for custom because eventually we want really nice countertops. So today we're going to put on a, what's it called? An acrylic?
Epoxy.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to see how that goes. Amy's been watching a ton of videos. So we thought, let's try this. We're going to record it and then share it on the blog and on the vlog with all sorts of pictures and things that we did right, things that we did wrong, all that good stuff. So let's get into this.
Countertops did not look like this originally. We will post a picture of when we moved in. I used cheapy countertop paint and it was a mess. And we wanted to change the color anyway. So I've done a layer of undercoat, which is just a white undercoat over everything now, but you couldn't use these, you couldn't get them wet or anything. So that's why we're going to put the epoxy on top.
Yeah, so we're going to throw some plastic on, tape some stuff down, and then we're going to get into this. And we're going to video and take pictures and tell you all about it. So here we go. So we've taped off at least the first section of the counter. We're going to do this side first to see how everything runs and goes, and then we'll continue on the other side. And the thing about this epoxy is it should have a slower drying time, so we should be able to put it down, manipulate it, do what we want to it, put the other side on, and it'll dry over the next, 72 hours?
Yeah.
Something like that. So we have time to maneuver it. So we're going to start here, see how it goes, and then we're going to move around.
Fun.
Good, have fun.
Happy wife, happy life. Right? Yeah, I'm not worried about the veins.
Well, the other side doesn't have a whole lot of veins.
Right.
Well, it does have veins.
A little bit. Well, we could do some if you want.
All right, so far the process hasn't been that difficult. It is drying a little faster than we thought it would be, or at least it's hardening up, so it's getting a little more difficult to manipulate. But we've been playing around with a couple different texture ideas, so you can see veins through it. You can see just spots where it's been mixed with gray. We're not happy with the backsplashes, and so Amy's trying to add a little bit of color to the backsplash. Yeah, we're not sure.
Yeah.
Probably the hardest part of the project has been the backsplashes.
Yeah.
Because it just runs down. But you can see Amy did a great job on this side. We like that look there. And again, we put a couple veins in here. Made it kind of really random. That backsplash isn't that bad. But over here it's been a little bit more tricky. So, fortunately, we keep things like the microwave and Amy's mixer and some decorative crock pieces on there, so it should cover some of that. But I think we're pretty close to maybe being done and letting it sit and dry, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm just worried about these.
we'll come back here in a few seconds and show you whatever results we have. Okay, so we're back, and the first layer dried pretty nicely. It's pretty much dry now, so we've been letting it sit all afternoon. And so Amy just mixed up the final clear coat that will go on top, and she's applying it to the first half. So here's basically what we have here. It's going to be a little tricky to see on the camera, I think. But for the most part, we really like how it's coming out. Still a little struggle with the backsplash a little bit, but overall, what do you think?
Overall, I love it. There are definitely spots I don't like at all, but I think it's just user error, like beginners, like we've never done this before,
Right.
Never even worked with resin before. So, I mean, epoxy, not resin. So, yeah.
And probably if we had cleared the counter completely, not have the sink in, not have the plumbing in, not have the appliances in, and you could just do this by pouring it, it would probably be a lot easier.
Yeah.
But we're choosing not to take the sink out. We're choosing not to move the appliances. Well, although we did move the range behind us so we can get into the area there. But,
Yeah.
first time doing it, we're trying it.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, it's worked.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Yeah.
so we're going to let Amy put on this clear coat and then let it dry overnight. And then we'll come back tomorrow. We'll get some last minute pictures and some video of the counter. Hopefully by then it'll be dry. And we'll share any last thoughts. And we'll give you a quick rundown on the epoxy that we used, the hardener that we used, and tell you what we think about everything. So until then, we'll see you then. All right, everybody, we're back, and it's been how many days? 3 days?
Almost 3 days.
Almost 3 days.
Finished it on Saturday.
Since we have finished the counter, actually since Amy has finished the countertop. It's been curing, and tomorrow we'll be able to put things back on it, but we wanted to give you a quick look at just what it looks like, and we'll show you some before, and then some of the ones from where Amy had just painted it, but this is the final product. All right, so you did most of the work, so what do you think?
I think I learned a lot. And I think, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. There's a couple things that I wish I would have done differently. The first thing is that when you watch videos, all epoxy is not equal.
I'll say.
Is the first thing. So I had already ordered an epoxy, but watched a bunch of YouTube videos on a different brand. And so this epoxy definitely hardened faster, and I didn't really have as much time to manipulate it and make the color as much as I would like to. And so at the end we started like frantically doing stuff, and then we ended up making a big mistake, like just mistakes on it. And so the next day I had to come back and sand it down and kind of do a little bit more, and so then I rushed to finish it and didn't really have enough. And so anyway, it's not as smooth as I would like it to be, but quite frankly, I'm kind of done, and I know that we're gonna nick it up because we're a family of 7, and you know, it's not gonna be perfect, but it is way better than it was, and it completes our kitchen a little bit more. So I'm happy with that. The next step is the tiles.
Yeah, so overall, I mean, and the counters look way better than what they did. And it's not perfect, but that's okay, because we are a family and the house does get lived in, and so we don't usually have nice stuff for very long. Usually it's nice, and then...
Which is why we chose this option, because it definitely was a cheaper option to, you know, resurface our countertops without pulling all of them out and, you know, paying a whole lot more money for countertops. So, anyway.
Yeah. So I think big lessons beyond what Amy shared. Epoxying your countertop is a good option instead of buying new. Definitely do your research on the epoxy and how the application works. Like Amy said, we were watching some videos that made it look really, really easy, but this particular product, that wasn't the same product.
Well, I don't think this is specific for countertops. It's tabletop.
Yeah.
And the ones I was watching was specific for countertops, and I would definitely go with them if I had to do it again.
Yeah.
But anyway, learn some lessons. It's very sticky, very, very sticky.
Yes. Yeah. But overall, I mean, it does make the kitchen look better. It matches the counters that we put in when we did the other side of the kitchen, which we'll show you in another vlog. But overall, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
You know, and when the kids move out and the house is ours, we'll get nice countertops that will last longer.
And but we had fun doing it together. We did. We had fun with the color part, like just kind of being creative and figuring it out together was fun. So.
Yeah, and it was fun to be creative with like running the veins, like, you know, working on these different lines here, like and then these lines here. Like, it was fun to kind of just like put things out there, knowing that we could make that look more marble. And so, yeah, lots of fun, great learning experience, fun vlog video for us to do. And we're gonna do more of them because we have been doing various little projects around the house, and we've been taking some pictures and some video throughout the whole time, and I'm gonna be putting them together to share with you guys.
And to show you that we do it and we're not perfect.
Yeah.
And we're okay with that.
We're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's it's a way better, a more affordable way of doing things. Plus, like when we show you the whole kitchen, like I'll do you a quick take. All of that we've done ourselves. You know, Amy has resurfaced all of the cabinets. You know, we got some hand-me-down cabinets over here from a friend. We resurfaced them. Everything in here we've done, and we've done a lot of it together. So it's been really fun for us to kind of take a project and do it together. So we've got more of them. We'll share more of them. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll put in the description below, we'll put links to the products that we used, and I'm going to share the videos that we were watching and their products, because if we were to do this again, we would probably use their stuff. Nothing against the other products that we did use, it's just we like the other stuff better. Some
of the coloring options with the other stuff, the ingredients that we used didn't really mix with this epoxy as well as it would have with theirs. So anyway, just a lesson learned.
So hit the description below, all the links will be there, and then make sure you go over to the blog, because we'll have more pictures throughout the process of how we transformed our countertops with the epoxy countertop cover, or whatever it's called. Alright, that's it for us. Thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and check out our next vlog. We'll be doing another one probably in a week or so. But yeah, Life in the Hyam House, all sorts of new things happening there. And always follow us on social media, Life in the Hyam House, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That's it for now. We're going to call it a day. We'll see you next time.